Hello and welcome. This is kind of an intro before the intro. The video will be up today instead of yesterday because yesterday was Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving everyone. So I'm just showing you this wardrobe because this is going to go in Grandma's bedroom. I'm going to make this actually nice for her because she can't have all old beat up things. So this one I will probably just be... Anyway, so my video today is going to be a little different than what I usually do. It's a project I had in mind, and I really wanted to do the original project. Didn't work out, and you'll see why when we go into the actual video. The video is going to be extremely shortened. I'm just going to be showing you clips of what I did along the way, because this was a project where like I said, the original didn't go as planned. So I had to come up with something else, and I did come up with something else. And the idea with that one was to make it look old and like it had been used, keeping with the theme of Grandma's house. And so the build was kind of, I had an idea in mind, and then it just kind of developed from there. There was no real measuring, there was no real cutting, because I needed to make this look old and used, like it had been around, and you know, things weren't exactly straight or square or whatever. And so that was kind of what happened. So anyway, let's get into the video and see what I did and see how I did at making it look old and a little worn out, but still usable. And I did accomplish that, but it took a while. So that's why you're going to get clips instead of just me building it. This video would have went on forever and ever and ever. So thank you all for joining me today, and let's get into the video. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back. I think I got camera issues figured out, and I want to welcome my new subscribers. And let's get started. So you all remember, those of you who were following the Grandma's House series, remember Grandma's dresser? Well, here it is. I was gonna take it apart to remake it, try to fix it or whatever, and I had a disaster. It started falling apart, and I mean, this is a House of Miniatures kit that I made years and years and years ago. The wood's kind of dried out, it got wet, everything kind of warped a little, so it didn't come apart very well. So I thought, hey, well, let's use what we can. Going along Grandma's lines, we'll use what we can. So, we're not using a lot of it, I can tell you that. So, let's just clear out the debris that we're not going to use. I'm using that piece. I'm using the bottom. I'm using, is it this piece? No, I don't know. I'm using the top, which I had to cut down because there's the other part of the top. I'm using, I believe it's this piece, and we'll see if I need anything else. Okay, so first of all, I'm really not good at measuring or cutting. I swear if I had somebody else cut it for me, it wouldn't be straight. And as for the measuring, sometimes these things just kind of pop up in my head, so yes and no on the measuring. I can tell you that I'm going to attempt to turn what's left here into, I don't know if you want to call it a hutch like we do here in America, or like I know over in the UK they call them Welsh dressers. So that's what we're doing with the debris that was left over from what used to be Grandma's old dresser. So let's get started on this. And I haven't worked it all the way out yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to put doors on the top or not. So we'll see when I get that far, because this is kind of I had an idea. Let's just go with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the top of what was the dresser, and I'm going to glue that to the base I have. And I believe my base is 6.5 inches, I think. I had made something else out of this piece, so that's why it's kind of, yeah. So we're just kind of making 2 into 1. That's kind of what we're doing. And I don't even know if this is going to work, so. If it goes like the rest of my day, I cut the heck out of my thumb with my box cutter that I use. So that started me out. Well, the dresser blew apart first, which wasn't exactly in the plan, but what do you do? It happened. Alright, so I'm just going to glue this onto the top of this piece I have cut here. And this is some 16th inch basswood I ordered off Amazon. And it likes to pull apart when you cut it. So that's like half of it. It's like plywood, and that's half of it. But it's going to work really cool if I make something curved, because all I got to do is put in some boiling hot water and then just form it around whatever I want. So I guess it's not really a loss. I was kind of upset about it because I needed the pieces, but you know, it is what it is. So we're just going with it. Okay, so then I have these pieces, which also there are chunks and pieces out of, but it will go along with Grandma's theme of, you know, using stuff. If it's not bad, don't throw it out. And yes, there's a little blood on it from my thumb. I cut the worst part off with the blood, not my thumb. So let's see if I can get these glued on halfway straight, because I'm sure they're not cut that way. I will, and this whole thing I think is going to just get painted anyway, so. Probably just a nice white, I think. And I'll have to figure out some way. I mean, I can't just leave the stain on part of it. That would look really, really bad, I think. So let's get this. Try to get it as square and straight as we can without, let's get that excess glue off of there. That wants to glue good. It's this top part that doesn't want to glue. And I think I need to move it over just a bit. There we go. All right. See if that will stay nice and straight. And I need my other piece that's going to go on the top. I envisioned this serving a dual purpose. Not only will it be a place where Grandma can put like some knickknacks or whatever she wants in there, but also I want to try to make it so she also has a writing desk in it. I've seen those, and if I can pull it off, it's pretty cool. If not, well, okay, now I need to straighten this side. Yeah, this top section doesn't want to glue very well, so yeah, just kind of eyeballing it, make sure it's mostly straight. I need to get some of those, what do they call them, 1, 2, 3 blocks. I don't have any. I need to order some for just this such purpose. So, and I guess I glued the bottom of that, and I didn't really need to at this time. Alright, so the next piece I was going to use is where, remember, it was a dresser that was a little smaller on top than on the bottom, so this was the piece that, you know, allowed the bottom to be a little bigger. So I decided, since it already had this bubble on it and stuff, I was going to go ahead and use that too. So let's glue that down. And yeah, this wood is pretty old and pretty rough. Well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm working. Guess we really don't celebrate it much anyway. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Oh, I should have sanded that. Oh, well, it just popped right off. Okay. Alright, we'll go with it. Oh, glue. So yeah, we don't really celebrate much of it, and she always goes to her husband's family. And I guess that's my own fault that she doesn't come to my house, because, like I said, we just really don't do much. Rob and I usually make a pumpkin pie. Rob makes the best pumpkin pie in the whole world, I swear. So we usually have pumpkin pie, which I didn't even get anything to make pumpkin pie this year yet, but I have to work tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So maybe we'll have everything on Sunday. Maybe that's when we'll... So this is what we got so far. So far, so good, knowing me. Um, this could go bad at any minute. It really could. So, having realized now that I cut my sides too short, and not having any more of this. Yeah. Okay. So how dumb are we looking? We're looking rather dumb because that's sticking out way too far. Okay. Change of plan. Get rid of the glue. So this is basically it. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Okay, this is basically it. Yes, it is very imperfect. That's how it was supposed to be. And I almost think it's easier to make things nicely than it is to try to figure out imperfections. So this is how it is. And as you can see, this door is a little off. That was a tough one because I wanted my hinges to line, my pins to line up perfectly. And yeah, so, but trying to make the door a little bit off, that kind of, yeah, it was a trick. But I got it done. There are some little gouges down here in the bottom, and that's where Grandma's grandson Tommy ran into with his RC truck a few too many times. This was fun, but it was also, like I said, difficult because I honestly do think it's easier to make things nice and straight and paint them nicely or stain them nicely or whatever you're going to do than to try to make something imperfect. Up here on top, there's a big paint run. So obviously Grandma got a little sloppy with the paint and it didn't cover very well. Oh well, Grandma's got this thing. She'll say, it'll do, it'll do. Years of her having to, you know, do with what she had. So anyway, yeah, the paint on it is very bumpy. I wanted it to represent something that had been painted quite a few times. I've bought furniture that way before to restore, and sometimes there's 3-4 coats of paint on that stuff because it's old. So it was a trick making it look old and worn. Like I said, I honestly think it's easier to do something nice and to make it nice than it is to try to figure out how to make something look terrible. Well, not terrible, but you know, old and used. So anyway, I haven't got the handles on it yet. I haven't really decided what I want to use yet, but I do have the little drop down thing that finally worked out. That took forever. And especially, like I said, when you're trying to make it not look so nice, because to have made it nice, I could have just put a nice front on it, you know, made a little slot for it, everything would have been great, but I wanted this to look old. In keeping with the theme of Grandma's house, where she uses what she has, her thing, it'll do. Yeah, so it was rather difficult trying to figure out all the imperfections, and especially to get the paint so that it looked very old and like many coats had been on without putting many coats on. So that was a trick. So anyway, here is her little drop down desk that goes on the front of this. And there it is, just like that. So yeah, that was like probably, I don't know, it wasn't that hard to figure out. It was hard to get it to work, like I said, trying to do this like it was old and, you know, had been used a lot. So if was making it like it was brand new, it would have been so much easier, but that's not what I was going for. So there it is, Grandma's hutch. It's going to go in the living room. It looks huge in there because the dollhouse isn't very big and doesn't have very big ceilings. So it definitely looks huge in there, but when you hold it up to a wardrobe, you know, it's not that much difference. And this wardrobe I will be doing nicely for Grandma's bedroom instead of the old beat up dresser, which is no more. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Again, welcome to my new subscribers. When I hit 500, we're going to do a giveaway, but we're a ways from that yet. So when we get there, we're going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to give away something good. So anyway, thank you again for joining me. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. I'm sorry this video is up late, but with the holiday, you know, probably not too many people are spending their time on YouTube anyway. So hopefully next week we can go back to Thursday as our regular day and go from there. I'm not sure. I've still got a lot of work on Grandma's house. I'm going to finish up all the trim in the guest room, and then we're going to do that. But I also have the Victoria's Farmhouse that I want to get back to because I'm really excited about that one. It's the first time I've wired a dollhouse. I've got plans to alter it. And so I'm really excited to get back to that one. And I have also completed the Beacon Hill up to the mansard roof. So that is what I've got those. I don't know what you guys are interested in. I know one person is interested in the Victoria's Farmhouse. We're going to keep going with Grandma's house, and we're just going to, I might do some updates. I'll do some stuff with you. So yeah, that's how that's going to go. And yeah, so let me know what you're interested in. The last little dollhouse I bought, I'm not going to touch for quite a while because I'm just not ready to take on that project, and I've got the other ones going, so I need to get them at least to the point where all I need to do is, make some stuff for them and move people in. So let me know, please, in the comments what you would like to see. And yes, we will be continuing with Grandma's house. That is a series. We will be continuing with it. It's just probably not going to be as regular as it has been due to the fact I do have the other two houses. So anyway, again, thank you for joining me, and I hope everyone has a really great day. Bye-bye.